Did you know ancient civilizations built incredible tech? And no, I'm not talking about smartphones. Imagine precision-cut stones in Peru that fit so perfectly you can't slide a piece of paper between them, or Roman aqueducts that transported water over miles without any pumps. The Greeks even had a computer called the Antikythera Mechanism. It could predict eclipses centuries in advance. And while modern billionaires buy yachts, ancient kings spent fortunes on cities, temples, and statues to show off their power. Turns out, humans have always loved a flashy display of wealth and genius. Roman concrete. Roman concrete, or opus cementicum, remains one of the most enduring legacies of ancient engineering. Unlike modern concrete, which often deteriorates over time, Roman concrete grows stronger and more resilient with age, especially in harsh marine environments. Its longevity lies in a unique mix of ingredients: volcanic ash, particularly pozzolana from regions like Pozzuoli, lime, and seawater. When combined, these components triggered a chemical reaction known as the pozzolanic reaction, forming tough, stable compounds that gave the material its legendary durability. What seems counterintuitive to modern builders, the use of seawater, was actually crucial. The salts and minerals in seawater interacted with pozzolana and lime to produce complex minerals like calcium aluminum silicate hydrate, CaSH, and stratlingite. These minerals not only fortified the concrete, but also allowed it to self-heal. Over time, they filled in micro-cracks, preventing further structural damage. In contrast, today's concrete, though initially strong, often suffers from cracking, especially in marine or chemically aggressive environments. The Roman formula offers a blueprint for innovation. Scientists and engineers are now studying ancient samples to understand and replicate their composition. This research is influencing the development of modern self-healing concretes using bacteria, polymers, or microcapsules that release healing agents. Moreover, Roman concrete's low carbon footprint, due to its use of lime over energy-intensive cement, aligns with current efforts in sustainable construction. Alternatives like geopolymer concretes, which use fly ash or slag, draw direct inspiration from Roman methods. Reviving these ancient techniques could reshape modern infrastructure, making it both more durable and environmentally responsible. Egyptian water clocks. The ancient Egyptians, renowned for their astronomical skills and timekeeping precision, invented water clocks, or clepsydras, as early as 1500 BCE. These devices measured time when sundials were useless, such as at night or on cloudy days. The simplest water clock was a stone vessel with sloped sides and a small hole near the base. As water slowly drained, markings inside the vessel indicated the passage of time based on the falling water level. More advanced versions used conical shapes or multiple chambers to maintain steady flow despite changing water pressure. Water clocks were essential in Egyptian life, regulating temple ceremonies, agricultural schedules, especially related to the Nile's flooding, and daily routines. Though less precise than modern clocks, their core principle, measuring time via controlled water flow, remains relevant. Today, this concept underpins many flow measurement techniques in engineering and environmental science. Devices like weirs and flumes gauge water levels to calculate flow rates, similar to how ancient clepsydras tracked time. Industrial tools such as orifice plates and venturi meters measure fluid flow by detecting pressure differences, modern counterparts of early flow regulation. Even modern smart irrigation systems echo these ancient ideas, using sensors and valves to control water delivery precisely. The Egyptians' early mastery of controlled liquid flow continues to influence technologies across agriculture and industry, highlighting their lasting legacy. Greek fire. Greek fire was a formidable and terrifying weapon of the Byzantine Empire, crucial in naval warfare during the 7th and 8th centuries CE, especially in defending Constantinople. Its fearsome power came from its ability to burn even on water, making it highly effective against enemy ships. Described as liquid fire or sea fire, it produced intense flames and thick smoke, causing panic and destruction. Uniquely, it could not be extinguished by water. Only substances like sand, strong vinegar, or old urine could put it out. The exact formula for Greek fire remains a historic mystery. The Byzantines kept its composition secret, and it was eventually lost. Scholars speculate it was a petroleum-based mixture, possibly including naphtha, sulfur, quicklime, pitch, and resins. Quicklime might have helped it ignite or stay burning when in contact with water. The weapon was delivered through bronze siphons mounted on ships, which sprayed the burning liquid using pressurized air or pumps. Greek fire's legacy influenced modern flamethrowers, developed in the early 20th century. These devices project streams of burning fuel, like napalm, ignited at the nozzle using pressurized gas. Despite advances, the fundamental idea of projecting burning liquid as a weapon traces directly back to the Byzantine innovation that changed naval warfare forever. The Antikythera Mechanism. The Antikythera Mechanism, discovered in 1901 in a shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera, is a groundbreaking artifact that reshaped our understanding of ancient technology. Dating to around 200 to 100 BCE, it is considered the world's first known analog computer. Far more advanced than a simple astrolabe, the device contained at least 30 finely crafted bronze gears housed in a wooden case roughly the size of a shoebox. Its primary function was to model celestial movements, tracking the sun, moon, lunar phases, and possibly the 5 visible planets. It could also predict solar and lunar eclipses and included a calendar marking major Greek events like the Olympian Games. The mechanism's complexity revealed a level of mechanical and astronomical sophistication that was thought impossible for the ancient world. Its use of differential gearing, allowing for the summation and subtraction of angular motions, mirrors principles still used today in modern machinery, from analog calculators to mechanical watches and industrial equipment. The precise arrangement of gears to model astronomical cycles is strikingly similar to the gear trains in modern clocks, which convert rotational motion into accurate time displays. Moreover, the Antikythera mechanism's ability to predict celestial events is conceptually akin to modern navigation tools like sextants and chronometers, where accurate time and angular measurement are essential. Its influence extends even further into the realm of mechanical computing, where physical systems are designed to simulate complex natural processes. As such, this ancient device stands as an early and astonishing example of scientific ingenuity, one whose legacy endures in modern precision engineering. Incan stone masonry. The Incan civilization, thriving in the earthquake-prone Andes Mountains, developed an extraordinary form of stone masonry that remains one of the most remarkable engineering achievements in history. Structures like those in Machu Picchu, Cusco, and Sacsayhuaman were built without mortar, using a dry stone technique. Massive stones, some weighing several tons, were precisely carved to interlock so perfectly that even a knife blade cannot fit between them. This method wasn't just for aesthetics, it was a highly effective strategy for seismic resistance. Incan walls were designed with built-in flexibility. Unlike modern rigid buildings that can crack under seismic stress, the irregularly shaped stones of Incan structures could move slightly during earthquakes. Their interlocking joints, inward-leaning angles, and sometimes rounded edges allowed the walls to absorb shock and shift without collapsing. After the tremors, the stones often settled back into place, preserving the integrity of the structure. Many Incan walls have withstood centuries of powerful earthquakes, outlasting later Spanish constructions in the same regions. This ancient engineering wisdom continues to influence modern seismic design. Engineers today use systems like base isolation, which allows a building to move independently from its foundation during a quake, mirroring the Incan principle of controlled flexibility. Dry stack masonry and interlocking precast blocks also draw inspiration from Incan methods. Even modern rocking wall systems, designed to move and self-center, reflect the Incan understanding that resilience often comes from flexibility, not rigidity. Their legacy offers enduring lessons for creating earthquake-resistant architecture that works with, rather than against, the forces of nature. Persian windcatchers. Persian windcatchers, or badgirs, are remarkable architectural features developed centuries ago in Iran and other arid regions of the Middle East and North Africa. These tall, chimney-like towers rise above buildings to harness natural ventilation and provide passive cooling without mechanical systems. Their primary function is to capture prevailing winds and funnel them down into interior spaces, often through multiple vertical shafts or internal vanes that catch wind from any direction. The wind catcher's operation relies on several principles. When wind enters the tower's openings, it is directed downward, creating a cooling breeze inside. Meanwhile, hot indoor air rises and escapes through other vents or openings, driven by the stack effect. Many wind catchers were connected to underground water channels called kanats or pools within the building. As air passed over these cool, moist surfaces, evaporative cooling occurred, lowering air temperature and increasing humidity, which made indoor environments comfortable even in scorching heat. Today, Persian wind catchers inspire sustainable and passive building designs worldwide. Architects incorporate natural ventilation through strategic openings and building orientation to promote cross-ventilation and the stack effect, reducing air conditioning use. Solar chimneys, which create upward airflow by heating air in a vertical shaft, directly echo the wind catcher's function. Some modern systems use water features for evaporative cooling, similar to kanat integration. Computational fluid dynamics, CFD, helps optimize these designs by modeling airflow for specific climates, extending ancient Persian mastery of air dynamics. The elegant Boggler continues to guide the creation of energy-efficient, climate-resilient architecture in the modern era. Chinese earthquake detector. In 132 AD, during the Eastern Han Dynasty, the polymath Zhang Heng created what is considered the world's first earthquake detector, known as a seismoscope. This ingenious device was a large bronze vessel about 8 feet wide, adorned with 8 dragon heads around its rim, each holding a bronze ball. Below each dragon sat a bronze toad with an open mouth ready to catch the ball. Inside, a sensitive mechanism, likely a suspended or inverted pendulum, responded to ground vibrations. When an earthquake struck, the internal pendulum would swing, triggering a lever that opened one of the dragon's mouths and released its ball. The ball then dropped into the toad's mouth below, producing a sound to alert observers. Importantly, the specific dragon that released its ball indicated the earthquake's general direction. For example, if the west-facing dragon's ball fell, it signaled seismic activity to the west. Historical records recount instances when Zhang Heng's seismoscope detected distant earthquakes not felt locally, later confirmed by reports from affected regions. Zhang Heng's seismoscope laid the groundwork for modern seismographs, which today use advanced electromagnetic sensors, digital recording, and GPS to detect and analyze seismic activity. Despite technological advances, the basic principle remains the same: measuring ground motion relative to a stable mass or pendulum. Early mechanical seismographs, like Luigi Palmieri's 19th-century Italian invention, also relied on pendulum-based designs. Zhang Heng's innovation was a monumental step in earthquake science, enabling the objective detection and localization of tremors and paving the way for ongoing advancements in seismic monitoring and hazard prediction. Indian iron pillars. Among the many metallurgical marvels of ancient India, the Iron Pillar of Delhi stands out as an enduring testament to advanced craftsmanship. Erected in the 4th century CE, this towering column, over 23 feet tall and weighing more than 6 tons, has resisted significant corrosion for over 1,600 years despite constant exposure to Delhi's fluctuating climate. Unlike most iron structures, it remains largely rust-free, a phenomenon that has intrigued scientists and engineers for decades. The secret to the pillar's remarkable preservation lies in both its composition and construction method. Scientific analysis has shown that the iron pillar is composed of high-purity wrought iron containing an unusually high phosphorus content and minimal sulfur. This specific combination allowed for the slow formation of a thin, protective layer of iron hydrogen phosphate hydrate, known as misohyte. This passive film forms naturally over time and acts as a shield against further corrosion. The forging technique used, hot hammering the iron into shape, likely helped align its microstructure in a way that enhanced this self-protective effect. Furthermore, Delhi's alternating wet and dry seasons helped stabilize and maintain the protective layer. Today, the iron pillar is more than a historical curiosity. It serves as a valuable reference for materials science. Researchers studying its properties aim to develop modern alloys with similar corrosion-resistant characteristics. These insights are helping to inform the creation of longer-lasting materials for use in infrastructure, transportation, and industry. The iron pillar remains a powerful reminder that ancient innovations often hold keys to solving today's technological challenges. Mayan astronomical calculations. The ancient Mayan civilization of Mesoamerica possessed an extraordinarily advanced understanding of astronomy, seamlessly integrated into their calendar systems, religion, and architecture. Without telescopes or modern tools, Mayan astronomers tracked celestial bodies, particularly the Sun, Moon, and Venus, with astonishing precision. Their cities often featured observatories and structures aligned with solstices, equinoxes, and planetary movements. They accurately calculated solar and lunar cycles, predicted eclipses, and even determined the synodic cycle of Venus to within hours of modern measurements. Their calendars were mathematical masterpieces. The 365-day Hab and the 260-day Tzolk'in formed the basis of ritual and agricultural life, while the long count calendar tracked vast historical cycles. These systems guided everything from planting seasons to royal ceremonies, illustrating how deeply astronomy permeated their daily lives and belief systems. Today, modern researchers continue to study Mayan codices, like the Dresden Codex, and the astronomical alignments in their cities to better understand the extent of their knowledge. Their eclipse tables and Venus cycles remain subjects of fascination, often proving accurate to within a day over millennia. These achievements highlight the Mayans' incredible observational discipline and mathematical sophistication. Their work continues to influence modern fields such as ethnoastronomy, which explores cultural interpretations of the sky. Additionally, their architectural practices, such as aligning buildings with celestial events, offer insights into sustainable and climate-responsive design. The Mayans' legacy reminds us that profound scientific insight can emerge from careful observation and cultural integration, offering a unique lens through which to view both the cosmos and our place within it. Roman aqueducts. The Roman Empire, famed for its engineering brilliance, created infrastructure that still influences modern systems. Among their greatest achievements were the Roman aqueducts, massive networks built to transport fresh water from distant sources into cities, towns, and agricultural areas. These aqueducts stretched across valleys and mountains, often supported by elegant arched bridges and underground tunnels. Their success relied on a deceptively simple but powerful principle: gravity. Water collected from springs or rivers at higher elevations flowed steadily through meticulously graded channels, supplying public baths, fountains, households, and sewage systems. This gravity-fed system was crucial to public health, hygiene, and the flourishing of Roman urban life. Remarkably, the principles behind Roman aqueducts remain foundational in modern civil engineering. Though we now use pumps and pressurized systems, gravity-fed water transport continues to be widely used for its energy efficiency and reliability. Municipal water supplies often rely on elevated reservoirs to deliver water to homes with minimal energy consumption. Likewise, the importance of consistent slope in Roman aqueducts is mirrored in the design of today's irrigation channels, stormwater drainage systems, and sewer networks, where maintaining proper gradients ensures smooth flow and prevents blockages. Additionally, Roman mastery of the arch for structural stability is still a key element in the design of modern bridges, viaducts, and culverts. Their emphasis on durable, functional design has shaped centuries of public works. In essence, Roman aqueducts were more than water channels. They were early models of sustainable engineering, and their legacy continues to guide urban planning and hydraulic systems today. Egyptian and Mesopotamian glassmaking. Glassmaking, one of humanity's most transformative technological innovations, began independently in Mesopotamia and Egypt around 3500 BCE. By 1500 BCE, these ancient cultures were producing glass vessels with remarkable craftsmanship. Unlike later glass-blowing techniques, early artisans used methods such as core forming, where molten glass was wrapped around a sand and clay core, or casting and grinding to shape objects. Their creations included beads, jewelry, cosmetic containers, and small flasks, often brilliantly colored using metallic oxides like copper for blue or iron for yellow. These vivid hues reflect an impressive early understanding of chemical reactions, raw materials, and kiln temperatures. Glassmaking was a prized and guarded skill, often associated with wealth and prestige. These early advancements laid the foundation for today's glass industry. Though modern manufacturing is vastly more complex and automated, the basic science of glassmaking, melting silica sand, soda ash, and lime at high temperatures to form a moldable, non-crystalline solid, remains unchanged. Modern factories use continuous furnaces, precision controls, and advanced shaping methods, but they still rely on the same core ingredients and principles. Even sophisticated processes like float glass production, where molten glass is floated on molten tin to create flawless sheets for windows and screens, echo ancient artisans' intuitive grasp of viscosity and surface behavior. Additionally, the use of trace elements to create color in ancient glass directly informs the doping techniques used in fiber optics and optical lenses today. In essence, the legacy of early Egyptian and Mesopotamian glassmakers lives on in every pane of glass and fiber optic strand in our modern world. Mesopotamian sexagesimal system. The foundations of modern timekeeping and angular measurement trace back over 4,000 years to ancient Mesopotamia, particularly the Sumerians and Babylonians. These early civilizations developed the sexagesimal base 60 numeral system, a departure from the base 10 system we use today. 60 is a highly composite number, divisible by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 10, 12, 15, 20, 30, making it ideal for calculations involving fractions. This mathematical flexibility made the system especially valuable for astronomy, calendar making, and religious rituals. Ancient scholars used it to track celestial bodies, predict eclipses, and structure the early concepts of time and space. The legacy of this ancient system endures in surprising and significant ways. Our division of time, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, is directly inherited from Babylonian practices. Likewise, a circle's 360 degrees and the further subdivisions into minutes and seconds of arc stem from Mesopotamian astronomy. These units are not mere relics, they are integral to modern systems. Every clock, GPS device, and astronomical tool relies on this ancient framework. Navigation depends on coordinates expressed in degrees, minutes, and seconds. Engineers and architects use angular measurements rooted in the 360-degree circle. Even in satellite tracking and space exploration, the sexagesimal system plays a critical role. Remarkably, the numerical ingenuity of ancient Mesopotamia still shapes how we understand and measure the world around us today. Qanats. Qanats are an ancient and remarkably sustainable water management system developed in Persia, modern-day Iran, as early as the first millennium BCE. These underground aqueducts consist of a series of vertical shafts connected by a gently sloping tunnel that channels groundwater from highland aquifers to arid lowlands. Water flows solely by gravity, often across many kilometers, without the need for pumps or external energy sources. The underground design minimizes evaporation, making qanats particularly effective in hot, dry climates. The vertical shafts also provide ventilation, access for construction, and maintenance points, enhancing both durability and efficiency. Far from being obsolete, qanats are still in use today across Iran, Afghanistan, and parts of North Africa, where they continue to support agriculture and local communities. Their resilience and longevity make them a model for sustainable engineering. In the face of growing water scarcity and climate change, modern engineers and hydrologists are revisiting qanat principles to inspire passive, low-energy water systems. These ancient systems inform current efforts in groundwater recharge, water harvesting, and eco-friendly distribution methods. As the world searches for sustainable solutions to water shortages, the qanat stands as a powerful example of how traditional knowledge can guide modern practices in harmony with nature. Chinese paper. The invention of paper was a groundbreaking advancement that revolutionized communication, education, and record-keeping. Although early forms of writing surfaces existed, the creation of true paper is credited to Cai Lun, a Chinese court official of the Han Dynasty, around 105 AD. Cai Lun refined existing techniques by pulping materials like bark, hemp, rags, and fishing nets, then pressing and drying them into thin, flexible sheets. Unlike bamboo, silk, or parchment, which were heavy, costly, or scarce, paper was lightweight, affordable, and easy to produce. This innovation drastically expanded access to writing and laid the foundation for literacy and the eventual development of printing. Today, paper remains a cornerstone of modern life, used in everything from books and newspapers to packaging and currency. Though industrialized, the core method, pulping plant fibers and forming sheets, remains largely unchanged. Modern production uses sustainable forestry, recycling, and advanced machinery to meet global demand. Paper also plays critical roles in fields like filtration, electrical insulation, and engineering composites. Beyond its practical uses, paper was the essential medium that enabled printing revolutions, from woodblock printing in ancient China to the Gutenberg press, spreading knowledge on an unprecedented scale. Kai Lun's innovation remains one of history's most influential contributions to civilization. Chinese compass. The Chinese invention of the magnetic compass ranks among the most transformative innovations in history, revolutionizing navigation and global exploration. Originating during the Han Dynasty, 2nd century BCE to 2nd century CE, the earliest compasses were used for geomancy and feng shui, helping align buildings and select auspicious locations. These early devices featured a lodestone, naturally magnetized iron ore, shaped like a spoon or fish and placed on a smooth surface, where it would align with the Earth's magnetic field to point north-south. By the Song Dynasty, 10th to 13th centuries CE, the compass evolved from a spiritual tool into a critical navigational instrument, especially for land and maritime travel. This transition marked a turning point in applied science, allowing for more accurate and reliable travel across vast distances, even under cloudy skies or at sea, where landmarks were absent. The underlying principle, detecting magnetic north, remains fundamental to navigation today. Modern compasses, though more advanced and often integrated with GPS and digital systems, still rely on the same concept. Magnetic compasses continue to serve as vital backups on ships and aircraft. Even smartphone navigation apps use internal magnetometers, a direct descendant of this ancient innovation. The compass not only facilitated historic voyages, but also laid the groundwork for modern mapping, transportation, and geolocation technologies worldwide. Indian surgical tools and techniques. Ancient India was a pioneer in medical science, with surgical traditions that date back thousands of years. Among the most notable contributions is the work of Sushruta, a legendary physician who lived around 600 BCE. Often hailed as the father of surgery and father of plastic surgery in India, Sushruta authored the Sushruta Samhita, a foundational medical text written in Sanskrit. This comprehensive treatise outlines over 300 surgical procedures and describes more than 120 types of surgical instruments, scalpels, forceps, needles, catheters, and more, that closely resemble modern tools in form and function. The Sushruta Samhita includes detailed instructions for complex surgeries such as rhinoplasty, nose reconstruction, cataract removal, hernia operations, and wound treatment, showcasing an exceptional understanding of human anatomy and surgical technique for its time. Sushruta emphasized cleanliness, training through practice on natural materials, and careful patient observation, principles that remain central to modern medicine. His methods of incision, suturing, probing, and excision established fundamental surgical categories still in use today. Remarkably, Sushruta's techniques influenced Western medicine centuries later, especially in the 18th century when British doctors in India adopted Indian methods of nasal reconstruction. His work continues to inspire modern surgical practices and serves as a testament to ancient India's enduring legacy in medical science and innovation. Vimanas. Vimanas, the legendary flying machines described in ancient Indian texts like the Ramayana, Mahabharata, and the Vaimanika Shastra, have long intrigued scholars, engineers, and enthusiasts of ancient technology. These aerial vehicles were said to fly with immense speed, maneuver effortlessly in all directions, and even travel between planets. Detailed descriptions include multi-tiered structures, energy sources like mercury vortex engines, and anti-gravity propulsion, concepts that eerily parallel modern aerospace aspirations. While mainstream historians view Vimanas as mythological, some researchers and aerospace engineers have begun examining the ancient texts through a scientific lens. The Vaimanika Shastra, though controversial, outlines principles like gyroscopic stabilization, pilot gear, and propulsion systems. Some experimental models, inspired by these descriptions, have been built to test flight mechanics, though none have achieved practical results yet. Interestingly, modern technologies like ion propulsion, electromagnetic levitation, and anti-gravity research, still in its infancy, echo concepts attributed to Vimanas. Agencies like NASA and private innovators in aerospace occasionally reference ancient ideas when exploring futuristic propulsion systems. While there is no direct proof linking Vimanas to historical aircraft, the imaginative and technical depth in ancient Indian descriptions continues to inspire today's explorations into advanced, non-conventional flight technologies.